Welcome and thank you for joining us for our Applying as a Non-School Applicant session. My name is Luca and I'm in my fourth year at Macquarie University studying a Bachelor of Law and Arts.
And my name is Jack and I'm currently in the second year of my PhD. We're super excited to be your host this evening. Before we begin, I'd like to acknowledge the Wallumattagal clan of the Darug Nation.
Welcome. We acknowledge the traditional custodians of Macquarie University land, the Wallumattagal clan of the Darug Nation, whose cultures and customs have nurtured this land since the Dreamtime. We pay our respects to elders past, present and future. We welcome people of all nations and all faiths. Kwai Bidja, Jamna Payala Janawi. Come here, we speak together. We have 60,000 years of archaeological evidence of Aboriginal habitation at Lake Mungo and 20,000 years in Ryde. We have great antiquity. Today, hundreds of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people graduate from Macquarie University. The Darug Nation had famous leaders such as Chief Yarramundi, Narragindji, Colby and Maria Locke. Many of the descendants of these Darug people live today amongst you. We celebrate with you our ongoing attachment and custodianship of this country. We celebrate the achievements of Macquarie University.
Now, whether you're a working professional looking to go to uni for the first time, you've taken time off to defer for study or travel, or maybe you're switching from another uni or going to us from TAFE, we're here to have all your questions answered.
Tonight we have a jam-packed session where you'll hear from us on what a non-school applicant is, how qualifications are assessed, and some key information about how Macquarie sets you up for success. We will also be discussing pathway programs if you don't receive an offer to a bachelor course through UAC, switching universities, returning from deferral, recognition of prior learning for those that have taken time away for work and study, and a bit about the student journey, support services, and student life at Macquarie. Plus, you'll have an opportunity to have your questions answered in our live Q&A. So please submit your questions via the Q&A function. So hi everyone, just to reiterate, my name is Luca and I'll be telling you a bit about my university journey tonight.
And my name is Jack, and I'll quickly introduce myself. I've been at Macquarie for a few years now. I've done my bachelor's, master's, and am now in the second year of my PhD doing astrophysics. As Lucas said, we're so excited to have you all along for this non-school applicant webinar, and we hope to make this as useful to you all as possible. So to start, we're going to tell you a little bit about ourselves. Starting back in high school, did you know what you wanted to do, Luca?
I definitely felt quite unsure at high school and was really uncertain about what I wanted to do after finishing year 12. A part of me wanted to take time off to travel or take a gap year to work full time, but another part of me was really excited about the idea of going to uni and studying history, which I was really passionate about all throughout school. What about you, Jack? Were you certain on what you wanted to do?
Well, when I was in high school, I only really had an interest in art and drama. Actually, contrary to popular belief, I wasn't really into math and science at all. So for me, though I was really unsure when graduation came around, I decided to take a shot at the only thing I thought I was good at and actually enrolled in art school to start. What about you, Luca? Did you end up going to uni right out of the gate as well?
Yeah, so I actually did decide to go straight to uni and began a degree in archaeology at Macquarie. I found it really interesting and loved learning new content, but soon found it wasn't quite for me. I decided to transfer universities to pursue something different, but that too didn't quite work out. I really missed Macquarie, especially the beautiful grounds and the general vibe of the campus, so I was really keen to come back and haven't looked back since. How about you, Jack? What did you end up deciding to do?
Well, for me, art school was actually where I found my passion for astronomy. All my art was about space, and I had developed a real passion for it. After I finished that degree, I went into full-time work though, as one does. I remember thinking I wanted to do more though, like I wanted to keep growing, and I wasn't feel like I was able to do that in my current workplace. I really wanted to give astronomy a proper shot, and after looking around, I found Macquarie actually had an excellent astronomy that pretty much sold me on the spot. So I actually applied through UAC, and thankfully I got in. Along your journey though, have you found something that you really want to study now, Luca?
When I moved back to Macquarie, I was really excited to start studying a double degree of law and history. It is definitely tough at times, but I love the content and the classes and truly enjoy it so much. I knew that the transfer process and moving from one university to another would be challenging, but I actually found that completing the RPL forms and the other necessary steps were very straightforward. I also received a lot of support from the Macquarie Help Service along the way, which was super helpful. Making the change was totally worth it, and I fully settled back into Macquarie life and have made so many new friends and enjoyed new opportunities. What about you, Jack? What was the transition like from working full-time to studying astrophysics?
Yeah, so for me at this point, it had been 6 years since I had touched math. So it was very scary coming back to study after working full time. But I will give credit to the fantastic support services at Macquarie, like the Numeracy Centre, for instance, that really took me from knowing nothing at all to a PhD level in mathematics. That really helped both the transition super smooth and genuinely helped me not just scrape by, but properly succeed and make it all worth it. I've also found that everything I'm learning through the practical experience I've gotten is applicable in so many more ways than I would have thought. It's really helped me broaden my horizons and what I think of as possible careers, which honestly just really feels amazing.
Thanks so much, Jack. We hope our stories have inspired you or sparked some thought. Whether you have recently graduated school, have been working, or have come from a totally different path, we hope to show you that it is never too late to make the change and start studying at university. We'd love to see you here. Now we'll hear from our reporter Fatima, who was live earlier today asking students for advice they'd like to pass on to everyone watching on right now.
Hi everyone, I'm Fatima and I'm out and about on campus today and I'm going to be asking some current students about their university experience. Let's go! So, is there any advice you'd give to future students or is there anything you wish you had done sooner?
If I had to give a piece of advice, it'd be like take all the opportunities available. There's so much here on campus. Like, I'm going to exchange next year, probably to Denmark. I'm going to apply for a bunch of scholarships. There's a bunch of financial support available, so kind of anyone can go, which is really exciting. But there's so much like available activities and opportunities, so just like make the most of it. Yeah, enjoy it.
Understand that your time is actually really limited at university. Time flies so quickly. Never regret something that you maybe didn't do. Take every experience as a learning opportunity. Understand that the skills you build here are going to pay you in dividends for life. So really get involved in campus society.
Oh, that's another good one. I think my biggest thing is saying yes. So saying yes to all the opportunities that are presented to you, joining different societies and everything like that. And if someone comes up to you saying, hey, I have this really cool thing, would you like to be a part of it? Going, just yes, absolutely, even if you know nothing about it.
Awesome to hear from advice from students on campus. On the back of that, can I ask, what's one piece of advice you would give to someone who's looking to start university or maybe different ways to get in?
I think it's important to remember that it's okay to change your mind. Before coming to university, I was definitely under the impression that I'd be locked into my degree and that what I chose to study would be my final career. I quickly found out that Macquarie is very accommodating and wants to support you with your passions and endeavours. So if you do realise that your degree isn't quite right for you or you want to do something different, it is very possible to change or take some time to figure out what you want to do. What about you, Jack? What's one piece of advice you would offer?
Look, I'll keep it short and sweet with something that really helped me. My bit of advice is to simply look at your education not as a finish line to cross, but instead as a fire that you've started. Because if you keep an open mind, you'll be amazed at how that fire can spread as you find more and more things that you're interested in. Growing and broadening your horizons, learning to be a better critical thinker, a better problem solver, these are all some of the most awesome parts of the journey.
Thanks, Jack. Okay, jumping into it now. So you might be familiar with the term non-school applicant and be curious about its meaning. A non-school applicant is someone who doesn't transition directly from year 12 to university. Whether you took some time away to work, travel, or pursue alternative studies at TAFE or college, even if this break between high school and university was only 6 months, a year, 5 years, and so on, you would fall under the category of what we call a non-school applicant. Now, to get into Macquarie, you'll be assessed on any of your previous educational history. In most cases, for Macquarie, we'll look at a certificate 4 or higher as your basis of admission, and or your completed high school qualifications, though most weighting is placed on your most recently completed qualification. All you need to do is in your UAC application, put everything you've done in there, and then UAC will assess your entry based off this. As a rule of thumb, the more you put in, the better. We will turn this into an equivalent selection rank. So if you're not quite sure what a selection rank is, don't fret, as we'll be covering this with you tonight. And finally, we do have some entry options that look at admission beyond a selection rank, which we'll discuss a little later as well.
Now, for those wondering how applications to university are submitted, we will make sure to we'll give that a run through, what to expect and some quick tips so that you have the best chance of admission into your dream degree. To start, all applications are submitted through UAC. Here you can finalise your top 5 preferences for Macquarie, receive your offer and confirm your spot for the 2024 intake. Keep in mind, if you don't receive an offer for your preferred degree, there's no need to worry. There are alternative pathways available to help you reach your career goals. Now, when it comes to understanding UAC preferences and their structure, as you can see here, you'll have the chance to list your top 5 preferences. We suggest arranging these in an order you prefer for consideration. In considering how to structure your preferences, let's explore some helpful tips by using our Student A and Student B here examples, and why staggering preferences is very important. As you can see, Student A has included a range of degrees, but they all have a similar selection rank, which is very high, whereas Student B has a range of degrees that also have a range of selection ranks. We recommend Student B's approach as it increases this student's chances of getting an offer. And look, if you don't get into your preferred degree by diversifying your preferences, you are still offering yourself flexibility, as there is always an opportunity to do an internal course transfer at Macquarie, allowing you to either change your degree or pick up a second one once you are enrolled. We'll also be covering course transfers and what this looks like a little later on in this presentation. Now, as you start your journey with us in Session 2, 2024, it's important to be mindful of some upcoming key dates for your UAC applications. If you already have an open application in UAC, you could receive an application as early as tomorrow. But if you haven't submitted an application, the earliest you can do it for May round 2 is from May round 2. So it's best to get in quick. These dates are super important, so don't forget to mark them in your calendar and submit your application as soon as possible.
Okay, we've covered how to apply for a degree at Macquarie University, but guess what? If the selection rank into your dream degree is a concern, no worries. There's a bunch of other ways to get in, and we're here to spill the details on those alternative entry pathways. As you can see here, there are 2 different pathways, one through Macquarie's college and the other is the Next Step pathway. Our Macquarie College is a pathway I believe truly sets students up for success. So if you don't receive an offer to a bachelor's degree, there are a range of pathway programs through our undergraduate certificates, diplomas and foundation courses. What is great about the college is you will be a Macquarie University student from day one, you'll receive personalised attention and academic support through small class sizes, and you'll seamlessly transition into your bachelor's degree without losing any time. Now let's hear from current student Zalia, who studied at Macquarie's college.
Hi, I'm here with Zalia and we're standing in front of Macquarie's University College. So, tell us a little bit about your journey. So you have transitioned from the college into our university, so tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, that's right. So I started at the college. I had a little bit of a different journey into university. So I had to start at the college. I did the standard foundation program, which set me up for my bachelor degree. It was really great because it meant that I had a really seamless transition into my bachelor degree after not doing study for a little while. I also had a lot smaller class sizes as well, so it means that I could get the help that I needed during my classes. And there was also like the learning hub in the library as well that always had extra teachers on hand to help and do lots of workshops about essay writing and stuff like that.
Okay, so what are you actually up to right now?
Yeah, so I'm in my final year of my Bachelor of Information Technology, which is really exciting, but I've been up to things like being president of the computing society here called MAX. I've been participating in the Global Leadership Program, the Skills Development Program, as well as interning at Deloitte earlier this year as well. So that was really exciting.
Okay. You've been up to really cool things, so it's good to know that Macquarie has really set you up for success, hey?
Yeah, 100%, definitely has.
Sounds like the college really set Zalia up for success. Thanks, Zalia, for sharing. So, what programs does Macquarie College offer? Let's unpack this. Our diploma programs require a selection rank of 60. The diploma generally takes a year of study, and if you successfully complete the diploma, you'll transition into year 2 of an undergraduate bachelor degree. What this means is if you enrol in a single 3-year degree and complete your 1-year diploma, you will have 2 years remaining at the university. Our undergraduate certificates are also perfect for students looking to fast track into a degree and have a selection rank of 60. Students who complete this program with the required marks will fast track their transition into Session 2 of an undergraduate degree at Macquarie Uni in their first year. Please note that the undergraduate certificate will only be offered until June 2025. And so if you prefer this pathway, you will have a limited time to apply this entry offering. Also note that both programs are also Commonwealth supported, meaning that HECS help is available. We also have the Macquarie's intensive and foundation programs, which are suitable for students who are after a little more support to prepare for university and have a selection rank of 50. They will help you transition smoothly into your first year of your undergraduate degree. If a pathway from the college sounds right for you, you will apply through UAC, just like you would a bachelor degree. You'd list which term you wish to commence and the program of choice as a preference in UAC. You probably won't know what your selection rank is going to be, and that's okay. but we suggest that you rank your preferences from undergraduate degree, diploma, and then undergraduate certificate. If you're a non-school applicant who does not have formal education, but may have informal learning or relevant work experience, you can submit the portfolio form for alternative entry consideration. The portfolio form is an additional form. You must apply for admission via UAC before submitting your portfolio form, which is submitted directly to us at Macquarie. Here's another example of how you could list your programs into UAC. As you can see, student A and B are both interested in studying a Bachelor of Commerce at Macquarie. But student B included pathway options through our college, like our diplomas, undergraduate certificates, and foundation program. This allows for further options with lower selection ranks and greater opportunities for offers into their dream degree. For instance, you can still get into your dream degree, Bachelor of Commerce, though you may look to do a Bachelor of Commerce via Diploma of Commerce. It's a different pathway but leads to the same outcome. The final pathway we're going to discuss is our next step pathway. You can apply for this if you're an Australian or New Zealand citizen, permanent resident of Australia or humanitarian visa holder, or non-school applicant, HSC or equivalent completed more than 2 years ago, or over 20 years old. In this pathway, you will study a manageable part-time load of 2 units alongside other students in the same lecture and tutorial. If you achieve high marks in these 2 subjects, you may be able to articulate into a bachelor after 1 session. If you achieve a pass among 4 units that you'll complete across a full year, you'll secure your place in one of 17 Macquarie degrees. This application is direct to Macquarie and tuition fees must be paid in full.
Thanks, Luke. That was a great overview of what the college offers, what's offered at the college and through the Next Step program. At Macquarie, we have a range of courses available. Typically, the first step is the journey to working out what you want to study. From what you've heard about our experiences, you can probably tell that we've had many interests that have changed over time. On your screen are the areas of study that we do have. To research what you're interested in, visit our Course Finder page that has helpful information about the course and how to apply. If you're someone who has multiple interests, check out our double degrees. So they let you mix and match subjects that you can explore all your interest areas. A double degree allows you to combine your passions and expand your career options. What's great about a double degree is that it's not double the time or double the cost, although you'll be studying a little longer than a single degree. For example, a Bachelor of Arts is 3 years and a Bachelor of Commerce is 3 years. However, as a double degree with those 2 together, it's only 4 years to complete both degrees.
As mentioned earlier, recognition of prior learning, otherwise called RPL, was something I really looked into for my university journey, and I'm going to explain a little bit about this for you now. Many non-school applicants may have been studying at another university or may have a diploma. If this sounds like you and you receive an offer to Macquarie University, we do encourage you to apply for recognition for prior learning. Here's a little bit more about what that is. RPL is a process that maximises possible credit transfer so that the length of your degree is reduced. Remember, you can only apply for RPL once you've received an offer to a bachelor degree, and the most common RPL submissions are from studies from another university, like the one I submitted, or from completed TAFE diplomas as well as work experience and non-formal learning. To kick off the process, students submit an RPL request using the RPL form, which is available on the Admissions and Entry webpage.
So Luca, tell us a bit about how RPL benefited you. Did it save you any time and money?
I think most importantly, completing the RPL process meant that I didn't have to start my degree from scratch. Most of the units I completed within my previous degree at a different university counted towards equivalent units at Macquarie. This meant that after receiving credits for RPL, my 5-year law and arts degree became 4 years, as I didn't have to repeat or pay for the same or similar units. Now let's hear from another student, Keriana, who is speaking to us with Fatima from Macquarie's beautiful rooftop garden.
Hi everyone, today I'm here with Kiriana and we're in our beautiful garden rooftop. It's a beautiful sunny day. How are you doing today?
Yes, I'm good. How stunning is the Macquarie rooftop garden?
So beautiful, right? So we've just been discussing a little bit about recognition of prior learning. So you have done this in the past. So how was it for you and how has it helped you here at Macquarie?
Absolutely. So I think there's a massive misconception that you're going to be left behind if you change universities. I'm going to be back at the start, but that was not the case for me. I came from a New Zealand university as well, so I was thinking, oh my gosh, it's another country as well. How could they possibly recognise it? But I was so lucky to have the Macquarie Service Connect team help me out, really sit me down and take me through the process. And so now I'm not behind at all, and I'm pretty much the same stage as the rest of my friends who didn't transfer unis.
Amazing. So does this also apply for TAFE students?
Yeah, so every case is brought in by case basis, and so no matter what your academic background is, they'll make sure to bring it in and make sure that they are recognised in some sort of way.
That's amazing to know. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Kariana, for sharing your experience. Many of our students coming to us who have completed prior study wonder about recognition for prior learning. So it's good to hear what the experience is like to help answer any questions students might have. Speaking of questions, there are some common questions we get about RPL. Jack, would you do the honour and kick off with our first common question?
Sure can. How long does it take to process my RPL application?
Well, RPL requests typically take 7 to 10 working days to process. However, in peak periods, it can take up to 20 business days.
And is there a due date for my RPL application?
You can apply at any time once you've received an offer from Macquarie. It is recommended to submit your application at least 2 weeks before the session starts in case you need to make changes to your timetable.
Okay, my last one. What types of credit can I receive?
Specified credit applies to core and compulsory units, whereas unspecified credit applies to flexible and elective zones. Let's now move on to the topic of financing your degree. Depending on the offer you receive, you may be eligible for government assistance. For most students, this comes in the form of what's called the HEX Help Loan, and is where you defer your fees to the ATO and typically will only begin to pay off your student loan when you begin full-time work. We'll now move on to hear from current student Connor and how he's looking to map his classes for session 2.
Hi everyone, today I'm here with Connor and we're in front of Macquarie's very own lake. It's pretty nice, right?
Yeah, I do picnics like all the time down there.
Okay, that's good. All right, so session 2 is starting really soon. So what's your plan for? What are you planning to study?
Well, I'm doing a double degree of law and commerce, so I'm going to do 2 commerce units and 2 law units, just kind of like keep the balance.
That's good, yeah.
I'll be doing some random law units, and then I think part of my commerce is like financial statement analysis,
Ooh,
which
okay.
might be fun. I'm really hoping.
I reckon that'll be fun. We've got a smart one. All right, so as well as that, what's your game plan for timetabling? What's the go with that?
I've always had a strategy from like when I've begun, and that's just be like straight off the mark,
Okay.
kind of just being there so I get all my
Yeah,
classes on 1 or 2 days, and that way I can keep myself like available. Like I do a lot of work. I'm in a theatre show. I like to like chill with my mates, so kind of keeping that balance.
Oh, that's
is
good.
really
He's got a
important.
that's good. You've got a good work-life balance, time for leisure. So if anyone's ever worried about that, it's possible. So no need to stress.
Thanks, Connor, for sharing some key tips and tricks for students looking to enrol in Session 2 2024. To unpack this a little bit more, when it comes to enrolling, this is a 2-part process. The first is organising what subjects to enrol in, and then to organise your timetable for the session. Let's take a peek at your study plan in eStudent, and if the units you're interested in aren't already added, you'll need to add it through the My Study tile, which will take you straight to the Manage My Course screen for your course. Then to enroll into units, select the Plan and Enroll button on the top left of the screen. You'll need to keep in mind that not all units are available in every study period or study mode. So to remember to check your course handbook and take note that some units may have multiple study combinations that could be in person or online. So you may be required to select this before you can confirm your enrollment. Now, the second step is to organize your timetable. To start, log into eStudent and select the My Class Registrations tile. Click on Registration Periods, drop down to select a year and study period. All your enrolled units for this study period will be listed here. You'll then be able to choose your tutorial and lecture selections for your session of study. Remember that organizing your timetable early can provide you with the flexibility you're seeking for balance between work and study. So if you have any questions, reach out to us at AskMQ or call the number on the screen and we can guide you through the process. Now, when I think back to my favourite memories at university, I always recall the amazing friends I've made within my classes and events run by the uni. From the fully fledged performance groups to our rock climbing and Taylor Swift societies, there's something for everyone so you can build your community. I also want to plug how exceptional our campus is. Like a miniature city, our campus hosts world-class facilities from open green spaces and the stunning lake in the heart of the university to sporting facilities that are some of the best in the country. We also cannot forget the wonderful overseas exchange opportunities available to our students, and it is a great way to add an international edge to the resume. So if you were tossing up a gap year or starting university, this is a great way to have both opportunities. The earlier you look into this, the better, as the best time to enroll in the program is in your second year of university. To participate, you'll need a minimum of about 60 as your average mark. Remember that there are several financial opportunities available if you're worried about affordability, and just reach out to our friendly Study Abroad team and they can help there. Now, at Macquarie, we understand employability outcomes are a big consideration factor in choosing where to study, which is why we offer our multi-award-winning global leadership program known as the GLP, which focuses on leadership, international issues, and innovation. This program aims to develop your understanding and critical thinking about international and local issues. I think I've gone too far. No, paste, this is fine. Sorry. To add on to how Macquarie will set you apart, we also have internships embedded into every degree to ensure your employability remains front of mind. Here we work closely with industry to ensure you're job ready when you graduate. Now let's move back to Fatima, who's on the ground interviewing our employability officer, Rebecca, who will be covering career support services offered at Macquarie.
Hi everyone, today I'm here with Rebecca from Student Employment and I'm here to ask her all about our on-campus career services. Hi Rebecca.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Now I just wanted to ask, for students that have left high school and have already started their careers and they're wanting to come back to Macquarie to further accelerate and upskill their skills in their current profession, how does your team help that?
Sure. Well, we have one-on-one consults with students so we can assess individually where they're up to with their career stage, and we can give them feedback on their resumes, help them redesign their LinkedIn profile, and give them strategies how they can leverage the work that they've done so far in addition with the work they're studying at Macquarie, and also potentially the Macquarie University Alumni Network to really accelerate their career.
Okay, so for students that are wanting to make the switch from another university to Macquarie, what would you say would be your advice for them?
Sure. Well, Macquarie University is in a very unique position in that all of our undergraduate degrees have a compulsory work integrated learning unit, which we call PACE, which is Professional and Community Engagement. Now, that can be taken as a paid internship or an unpaid internship, or it could be a group assignment with a real employer where you play the role of a consultant in your field of choice. Some of those opportunities students do find themselves through their own networks. However, the careers team have extensive networks with industries to identify partners to help our students out.
That's nice to know. I myself actually transferred from another university, so it's amazing to know we have such unique opportunities here at Macquarie. Now, there are some people that might be wanting to shake things up in their life and have a career switch. So how can Macquarie help those that are wanting to make such a change? So for example, there might be someone that wants to change from like engineering to IT. So how can Macquarie help them?
Sure. Well, our careers advisors are here to assist and support all students, irrespective of what they're studying, and we can put together a career plan that will work for you, that's realistic, with some actionable items. We're here to give feedback on what you've achieved so far and how you can best use that for your next future endeavour.
Okay, so many students might be studying out of pure personal interest, but they might be kind of still undecided on what their career path may be. So do you have any advice on students and how Macquarie can help students like that?
Yes, absolutely. Well, first of all, it's always great to study your passion, so we applaud that. And don't be concerned that you don't know what you're going to do. At the end, that is the majority of students. We at the Careers Services team take a broad look at all of the opportunities available, and we can identify where you can use those skills within the employment market. So we are here to help you.
Alrighty, so for some students, they may not have had any work experience. So, they may have deferred their studies or taken a gap year. What would their starting point be with you?
Sure, absolutely. We have a lot of online resources where people can go to for self-help. So if someone is starting out in developing their resume, there are templates that they can work on, and then they can come and see us for feedback on their first draft. And there's also a lot of guidance in terms of where you should be looking to get a job while you're studying.
Amazing.
Thanks, Rebecca. I know that many students online today are going to find your advice really helpful. Of course, if you have an offer and are ready to start at Macquarie, we do recognise that you may want support when you're resuming your study. For example, the Mentor program is a great buddy system where your peer mentor will guide you one-on-one through your first 6 weeks of study, helping you better connect with your community. There is also what's called the Campus Wellbeing, designed to support designed to support students and help them succeed, both academically and personally. They offer services such as counselling, welfare, medical, religious, accessibility, and career and employment services, just to name a few. We further have learning skills, which are free workshops that can help you develop your key academic and writing skills. And next we have the Numeracy Centre, as I mentioned before, an office that provides support to students as they develop the mathematical knowledge, skills, and confidence to succeed at university. We offer a number of services designed to support students who are studying mathematics, statistics, or any other unit that uses our quantitative skills. And finally, we offer career and employment services with on campus for students to access at any time. And I believe now it's time for us to answer some questions that you have submitted. So we've got some of our colleagues who are also standing by to answer your questions, so please submit them via the Q&A function. So we'll just go over to the Q&A. Oh, do I need to bring them? Perfect. Okay, so we've got, how would you go about applying for a double degree from one of the entry pathways? Do you apply on UAC or one of the ones listed on the degree builder?
So if you mean starting in one of our diploma programs and then transitioning into a double degree, you would do this by completing a diploma, such as a Diploma of Business, then transitioning into a Bachelor of Business, studying for 1 semester in the Bachelor of Business, and then completing an internal course transfer into the double degree of your choice, as long as you meet the transfer requirements.
And what will I be assessed on for entry?
So entry into Macquarie is based on your selection rank, which we discussed before, which is made up of your tertiary studies that you've done, your ATAR, adjustment factors, and any other post-high school studies that are a certificate for or higher from TAFE or other institutions. The university's admission centre, so UAC, will then generate a selection rank based on these results for entry into your dream degree.
Okay, one more. So we'll do, how flexible are the degrees at Macquarie University with work and life balance?
So Macquarie offers a range of study modes for students. You can easily switch between full-time and part-time study as your life changes, as well as personalising your timetable.
Oh, perfect.
All right.
Thank you so much, Luca.
No worries.
All right, let's hop on back.
So as we wrap up this session, we wanted to run you through some key dates. UAC applications are now open with offers for Session 2, released now until the July 4th. Our timetables will open from May 30th and Session 2 will officially begin on July 22nd. A great way to see Macquarie is to join us for one of our events. Please scan the QR code displayed and it will link you to the page where we have all of our events offered throughout the year. Particularly make note of our upcoming Open Day event that is kicking off on the 10th of August. This entire week of events will have campus tours and other offerings to give you a feel of the experience offered at Macquarie. Alternatively, if you cannot make Open Day, we run personal consultations and campus tours throughout the year. If you have further questions after tonight, there are a few easy ways you can get in touch with us, as you can see here. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, and we hope that this has been helpful.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.